Fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Jaguars going up against the Texans.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now a first down throw, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On the give to Fournette. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. It again with Fournette. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
For the Houston Texans as they make their way onto the field, another season for them that begins with a lot of optimism. They coming off a 2nd straight AFC South title, finishing 9-7 3 straight years. Maybe they're hoping this year that 10 wins is a minimum for them.
10 wins and beyond because they've got the defense to take them all the way to the Super Bowl. Number 1 in the NFL last year. Get J.J. Watt back. They drafted Deshaun Watson in the 1st round at quarterback. They need to shore up that position in order for them to make the run that they expect.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he fires one incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They've got his man complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They give him a gain of 37. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Lamar Miller went to Houston to be the lead running back, the featured guy, but still, I think Coach Bill O'Brien might have felt he overused him a little bit in the season. His touches were way up.
Yeah, he was on pace for over 400, a lot of bumps and bruises, maybe on a little bit of a pitch count here in the early going.
Could also be the reason Houston drafted Dante Foreman out of Texas, maybe to ease the load a little bit.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Here's the rookie from Texas, Dante Foreman. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Jags getting ready to set up shop on offense. And, Charles, it's a question with them that I feel like we've asked many times before. Is this the year you think that they turn it around? They enter 2017 having missed the playoffs for a 9th consecutive year. And
until Jacksonville answers that question affirmatively with a playoff run and a playoff appearance, we keep asking that question, and rightfully so.
Look. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Brian Cushing in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you surrender 24 turnovers in a season, but 16 interceptions, 8 fumbles lost, Blake Bortles, you do hire a quarterback guru to try and get you right, don't you?
And that's what he did. Has to limit those turnover numbers, doesn't he?
He has a defense that's ready to play right now. He needs to help them by taking care of the ball.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Blake Bortles simply cannot keep putting his team, putting his defense in these types of predicaments. He's got to take care of the football.
And last season, a lot of the turnovers, just like this one, in Jags territory, 11 of the 16 really put them in a tough spot in plus territory for the opposition.
Let's go!
After the interception, here's Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now it's Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. They begin with a run by Fournette. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Bortles throwing on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Tommy Bohannon, the fullback, his intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. To throw, it's Bortles. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans take possession. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now it's Miller, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Watson, and he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Normally when I talk about DeAndre Hopkins, I'm talking about accomplishments. In this case, I'm remembering that he lost nearly 600 yards in receiving from 2015. He had less than 1,000 last year.
Yeah, and his touchdowns dropped from 11 to 4, so now he's hoping for more consistent quarterback play. To throw is Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Here's Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Here we go.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Bortles. He finds Hearns left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Bortles. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Throwing on first down is Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Bortles. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Come on, let's go.
On first down, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Let's go.
On first down, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Again, it's Foreman. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago, and it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Here's Watson now on second down, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing again on second and 10, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is third and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So now fourth down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Bortles. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. On first down, Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Bortles going to throw. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Bortles now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. Bortles to throw once more. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Bortles now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Three yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Here we go. Red 38.
Watson on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Ohio. Here we go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Bortles. Trying to lay one up deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Kevin Johnson. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Elsewhere, 2nd quarter in D.C., and the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often think plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
He's got the completion to Strong. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Jaguars on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be third and a mile. Throwing now is Bortles. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Brad Nortman now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Ellington. Look at the spin. Balance. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes the Texans now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Ohio! Ohio! Here we go! 38! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Texans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Watson now to throw. Drops it to Blue. Complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Back to throw. Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Come on, let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Let's go!
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Watson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Room here to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Come on, let's go!
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 2nd half at FedEx Field now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Bortles to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Bortles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the pick 6, and decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Final minute now of the third quarter. On first down, Bortles dumps it off to Fournette. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Gets it to Strong. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. Now Bortles again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Red zone opportunity. They go play action here on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On first down, it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And his throw is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
On 1st and 10, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Jacksonville made plenty of changes in their coaching staff in the offseason, but they kept the defensive staff mainly intact. They're going to need a better payoff. They only had 7 interceptions as a group last year.
Good to get the interception there. They want plenty more of those because, as you said, a lot of cash invested on that side of the ball.
A lot of talent. They're ready to roll.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go! Red 38!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Come on, let's go!
Now Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans continue to pour it on. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. To throw, it's Bortles. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Shotgun now for Bortles. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Jaguars on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 17. Now Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Ellington now to return it. Burst by him near the 35. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. A 1st down carry now for Miller. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Bortles now on first down. His throw incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Carlos Watkins in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Here we go now.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Close.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Ace.
Now Bortles got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Able to get there and pick it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach.
Lamar Miller. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Bortles throwing on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Couple of nice plays for Jacksonville. Another first down there. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Texans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.